So this is our project on intellectual property. So we are four in our group, myself, Nandrapreet Singh, and with me is Navneet Kaur, Manveer, and then Sumandeep. So first of all, what is intellectual property? So intellectual property is a product of the human mind, or like we can say human intellect. So any creation, any invention that is made by someone that can be regarded as his or her intellectual property. So the definition of the intellectual property is that a work that can be the result of the creativity of or knowledge or invention. So but it should have some commercial value, like you do inventions, you create something that should have some commercial value, so that can be regarded as a property, because we know that property is something that has a commercial value. So first of all, we create something, then we apply it in our real lives, then it's important to protect it. And so with all this, we can lead to a successful business or a successful career. So then what is international property right? Intellectual property rights. So property rights are those which protect our property from someone's influence, or we can say that someone don't misuse it or don't use for his profit. So these are the rights which we can use to protect our intellectual property. So there are some ways through which we can protect the intellectual property, and one of those is copyrights, then another one is patents and trademark, then trade secrets. So copyrights is usually they protect the expression of idea. So we can say that they don't protect the whole idea itself, they just protect the expression of that an idea. And then patents, then they protect the whole idea rather than just protecting the expression. So you can protect the whole idea or your invention or your creation with patents. Then trademark is usually a sign or a symbol of a company that says that this product belongs to the company. So no one can use the product, or like we see that people make some small little changes to the trademark, and then they use on the other company's name. So trademark protects these things. Then we have trade secret is like we say that there are some processes to the creations, so it's protecting those processes because they are the secrets to they are secrets to any invention. So if no one else knows, then it's your secret and you can choose it to your own benefit. So trade secret is also can be regarded as intellectual property protection. So what are the benefits of intellectual property rights though? Like today we have the film industry. Without copyrights we can't the film industry can't exist. Without, there will be people who can misuse someone's work or like copy someone's work. So with copyrights they avoid these conflicts. And then also we have patents. These patents provide recognition to someone's work, so the creator, the author, the owner, they will to do something more better than their previous work, so that they can gain recognition. So it provides them the incentive to do that. Then we have trademarks, like trademark protection. It encourages counterfeiting and the piracy is a big problem these days. So with trademarks we can like decrease counterfeiting and piracy. So now Navneet will continue on the patents. So Navneet, please.
Hi, this is Navneet Kaur and I'm going to continue this video ahead. Now next is, what is patent? We have so many ways to protect our intellectual property. One of the ways is patents. A patent is an exclusive right granted to the patent owners for the protection of their invention. An invention can be a product or a process that provides a new way of doing something. Basically, a patent provides patent owners with protection for their inventions. It is a public document that provides detailed description of invention. Protection is granted for a limited period, generally for 20 years. This is a patent. So now next question is, why are patents necessary? Patents provide incentives to individuals by recognizing their creativity, which means it encourages people or motivates people to do innovations and inventions. It offers the possibility of material rewards for their marketable inventions. So these incentives encourage innovation, which in turn enhances the quality of human life. And in this way, after getting motivated, the people will enhance their quality of life. Next is, I'm going to show you the annual increment in patents. Now you can see here, initially in 1900 there were only 26,000 patents. However, it started increasing slowly and became 63,000 in 1978, and then after some time the change was really drastic, and it continued to increase and became 3,25,000 in 2014. So this is the total US patent issued annually between 1900 to 2014. Now next is, what rights do patent owners have? Rights. Patent owners have a right to decide who may or may not use a patented invention, and patent owners may give permissions to other parties to use their inventions, but only on mutually agreed terms. Owners may also sell their inventions rights to someone else. Once the patent expires, the invention enters the public domain. Now here is the example of patent. The United States of America, the Commissioner of Patents and Trademark issued a patent. So patent protection means an invention cannot be commercially made, used, distributed or sold without the patent owner's consent, and patent rights are usually enforced in courts. Next is, what is trademark? Now the trademark is a distinctive sign that identifies certain goods or services produced. It can be a symbol, word, or a brand, emblem, sign or mark. A trademark is a recognizable sign or expression which identifies products. So in ancient times, a craftsman reproduced their signatures or marks on their artistic works. Then this is a trademark sign. What do trademarks do? Trademark protection ensures that the owners of marks have the exclusive right to use them. So only the trademark owner can use this sign. It authorizes others to use them in return for payment. A trademark can be renewed indefinitely upon payment of fees. It means people can pay and renew or change their sign for unlimited time. So next, these all are the trademarks. A trademark can be a name, it can be a logotype, it can be a symbol, or it can be just a phrase like a slogan, or it can be a shape. It can also be represented by a color. So these are the types of the trademarks. You can represent trademark in any of these types.
Hello, I am Sumandeep. Now I am going to explain trade secret. What is trade secret? Any valuable business information that derives its value from the secrecy and can potentially last forever, provided the information actually remains a secret, and we can say is not generally known to the public and is the subject of reasonable efforts to maintain its secrecy, and it's the symbol of trade secret. Now second one is, how are trade secrets used? Firstly, ensure an invention or design is not disclosed to the public before applying for a patent. And to obtain a patent for an invention, the invention must be new to the world and not known to the public. And second is protect an invention through means other than patent protection. This is often used when the invention has a short lifespan or when the invention is difficult to reverse engineer. And third one is protect valuable business information that is not formally protected through other intellectual property rights. This type of information is generally not protected through patents, trademarks, industrial designs, or copyright. To protect this information, businesses use trade secrets. And now we have examples of trade secret. Like we have 3 companies, Coca-Cola and Mrs. Fields and Twinkies. Like firstly, Coca-Cola has a 125 years old secret formula of Coca-Cola is at Word of Coca-Cola in Atlanta. And second is Mrs. Fields chocolate chip cookies. And third is Twinkle cake recipe. Like these companies has a secret to prevent their formula of work, and same as architecture and inventors have secret of their design or product until it comes in the market. Now my friend will continue the presentation.
Hello friends, I am Manvi. Here I am going to continue with the presentation on the topic copyright. So what is a copyright? Copyright laws grant authors, artists, and other creators protection of expression of ideas for their literacy and artistic creations. So we can say copyright is a legal right created by the law of the country that grants the creator of an original work exclusive rights for its use and distribution. So it is usually only for a limited time. So the major limitation for a copyright is that copyright protects only the original expression of the idea and not the underlying idea themselves. Here we can see the logo of the copyright. So now what exactly copyright includes? So first thing is right to produce the work. So copyright holder has a right to produce their work in a public, and he or she can share in the public and display anywhere. So the second thing is to prepare derivative work. What is derivative work? Derivative work, like somebody can create their own work by using the original work. So the copyright holder can prepare derivative work also from the original work. The third thing is to distribute the copies. The copyright holder can distribute the copies also of their own work. The fourth thing is to perform the work. So copyright holder have freedom to perform their work at any place. The last thing is to display the work publicly. As I said that, so the copyright holder can display that work anywhere at any place. He has no restriction to display that work. So now there is an example of a copyright. So friends, we are very familiar with this screen. So when any copyright video is on YouTube, we want to search that and we want to play that. So at that time we see that screen, the copyright holder send us that message that sorry about that, you can't use this video no longer. So now here I am going to explain one scenario. So as we read it in our class, there is a Kelly. She maintained her website with copyrighted photos, but Arabia Software creates search engine that return thumbnails or images when he create that search engine from the copyrighted photos. So for sure Kelly sued the Arabia Soft for the copyright infringement. So the last part for me is the fair use. The fair use is a principle in copyright law that provides us with a limited ability to use copyright material without getting permission for limited purposes. So friends, as we know that there is lots of law in our country at every place to protect the copyright property, but sometimes we need to use that copyright property for our own work. So it can say we can say that that's a fair use. So we have a limits for this, we can't use that original work, but sometimes we can use that work. So it can known as a fair use. So we can see a logo of fair use. Now my friend Maninder will continue with this presentation and hit the end part of the.
So now I will continue with the end part. And so this is about the ethical view, because we have already discussed about law, what law says on intellectual property, what rights the owners have. So now we're going to discuss about the ethical view, because it's also very important in intellectual property. So from the creator's point of view, so if the creator has his own point of view on the ethical part of the intellectual property, so he says that creation, a creation is from his own mind, so he has the right to the creation. So it's really unethical to use his creation, his invention without his permission. So also we can think that if we use someone's creation for our sake, so that's really unethical on our part, because a person has put a lot of effort behind doing that work. So it's really unethical. But there's other point of view which we can say that from the society's point of view. So society says that any creation should be handed over to the society, because any creation made by anyone can lead to the betterment of the society, and whatever we do should be for the society, because yes, there is our own sake, but society is our own sake. So now about the conclusion. So after discussing a lot about the intellectual property rights, we can say that the presence of intellectual property rights can lead to the progress of the humankind, because this gives a lot of confidence to the creators, to the inventors of something, to do something more, so that they can lead to the betterment of the society. So these laws and practices are the best practices which we can say. And if there are no laws present on intellectual property, then there's gonna be a lot of conflict about the property, a lot of claims on others' property. So it's very important to have the intellectual property rights to protect the property of someone. So he should have right upon his own property. And also there's it's not like that he has the right to his property. For some reasons, if it is for the society, someone else should be also able to use it, so as we said, in the fair use. So that's all about intellectual property rights. So that's all. So thank you to all of you.